Solution-focused theory. Solution-focused therapy was a concept that was based off of the cognitive behavioral theory and also the systems theory. The major concepts of the solution-focused theory is to allow the client to formulate their own solutions. It's thought that everyone has the capability to solve their own problems. So, some of the major goals and skills that a social worker needs to have when working with solution focused therapy is to make sure that they help the client to come to their own solutions for their problems. Skills would be to make sure that they have active listening, make sure that the social worker is instilling positive issues such as helping the client to have positive talk instead of problem talk, to talk more about their solutions, their future thinking, as you will. Also, the social worker works as a coach. They're going to guide the client to working towards a solution to the problem or the crisis that may be going on in their life. Now, solution focus was once thought that it would be best used for clients who have substance abuse or alcoholism, but solution focus has also been used with family therapies, in group therapies as well, in businesses and schools. Um, One of the, getting back to the skills that the social worker needs to have, there are going to be a series of questions that the techniques that use with solution focused therapy. There are certain techniques that the social worker needs to know. It's not an easy therapy to use. People might think that it's very simple, but you really, really have to have the skills to um, help guide and help coach the clients to working through their problems. Now, some of the skills that the social worker needs to have um, with this, like I said, was the active listening, the empathy. Don't get too caught up in what the client is saying. You listen actively, but don't get too caught up into wanting to give them the solutions, but help them to come to their own solutions. Some of the questions that social worker would need to know how to ask the client would be the exception questions, meaning was there a time when this wasn't going on? Then how did it look when this wasn't a problem? Also, scaling questions that a social worker would need to ask a client would be, say, like on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. Um, how would you rate this problem or issue that's going on in your life um, from 0 to 10? That would be the scale. And you helping the client to realize how important or how, well, basically how important this problem is and how important it is towards working towards a solution to this problem that they have in their life. Um, Also, the miracle question that is used in solution focus, asking the client to just imagine that tomorrow tonight when they go to bed and they wake up in the morning, miraculously a change has occurred in their life. Um, Help the client to describe what would this look like. How are things different? What does it look like? The problem that was going on. How does it look now today? A miracle has taken place overnight. The problem does not exist anymore. So get the client to describe to you how does that look now. Um, Also, in solution focus, you will be setting goals, helping the client to come set some goals for coming to the solution to their problem. And one good thing would be to on your first session um, is to assign the client some type of homework. This is in the goal setting process. Would be to after the first session, at the ending of the first session, to go over some homework things that you would ask the client to do. Maybe doing some surprise um, task. That's one thing that they could do, and that would be to just helping them to see how would it look like if maybe they're having problems with their spouse or their children, to just do something just really to surprise that one person, and how get the reaction from that person in their life. Just assign some homework and have the client to come back in, and you go back over those things with the client.